going on? What's going on, guys? What is going on to you? Whew. We're tired. I was so locked in and the content's getting rough because no one watches me, and I am filming quite literally every single day daily vlogs and editing them, and it's a different type of feeling when no one watches. Because obviously I'm putting it all out there, but it sucks when you get 5 viewers and maybe one of them actually watch. It's rough because it's like, damn, I'm putting all this. Because usually when people put in all this, they get views. And for me, it's not fucking happening. Anyways, let's get into this. So today's video, Bootcamp Day 20, is going to be on order blocks. Now, I will say the reason I'm even teaching order blocks is I want to go in order with this. I don't want to make this a 50-day boot camp. I want to make this 100 days. I want to keep going. I want this boot camp to take you all the way from learning trading to passing your first funded account to getting your first payout to scaling. And then I'll chill out because that's a lot of free sauce, you know? Now, with that said, I will say before we even get into this, order blocks are not as useful as they used to be. Order blocks used to be very useful, but now they're not that useful because there's just so many terms. Order block, breaker block, rejection block, you know, all these, suspension block or value block. There's all this new terminology pretty much that takes these order blocks in just I'm not going to be able to, specific sizes. I know, and specifically picks up which one it is just to give you better terminology on it. Now, with that said, let's hop into this. So, why is, alright, well, you guys are quite already going to be doing this with me. I have to make this work. Let's see. To transform. Fit screen. That's just fucking great. Okay, well, let's just honestly remove that then. Let's try and add it, boys. Sorry for this technical difficulty. Should be working. Really don't know why it's not. Oh, let's transform this. I guess that shit's not gonna work. Well, you do need the face cam. Copy. Paste. Bang. Okay. That took a while. Not very easy to do, I will say. Okay, well, now we have my cute little face. Haha. Now let's get into this. There we go. Let's make sure it's on me. Yeah, it's good. Okay. So let us hop over real quick to NQ. Yeah, this will be fine. The market's closed anyways. We don't need an open market. Let's hide the indicators up. So excited to surf, boys. There's actually waves this week. Now, I will say, this video is not going to be as long as order block videos used to be. Order blocks are no longer as important. So instead, this video is going to be a little shorter. This video is briefly going to be saying what it is, how to recognize it, and then you know how to trade it. Why? Because I kind of figured out that with the new terminology, like I'm sure a lot of you have watched TGR's bootcamp, he just says order block, order block, order block. Instead, for me, I'd rather do order block, rejection block, suspension block, breaker block, value block, like all that stuff, and just have a video for each, you know? I feel like that's more useful. So what is an order block? I want you to think of an order block essentially as a manipulation leg. The order block is the move that is happening right before like the sweep and the real distributed move. Now, what does that mean? For example, where do we have liquidity? Clearly, we have liquidity right here, right? Now, what happens? The liquidity here gets swept. Now, on this sweep, we clearly see that now we immediately made that distribution. Oh my god, this trade was clean as fuck. You got a queen inversion. That trade was a banger trade. Queen that, right? Okay, so now we have this. Well, what's the order block? Now, the order block was really the clean move that flush 2 caused that. If we have a order block where we just change to the upside, it would be the move down before the move up. Now, I wouldn't say it's all this. Why? Because these took long. They're not that, big. But what I would say is the order block is this. I would mark this as the order block. Which buys the bodies. Wicks don't really matter with this. And now this is the order block, right? Now, with the order blocks, what can you imagine to see? Well, one, it's an additional confluence. You could say, okay, we need an order block to enter. But two, the main reason, if you have a powerful order block from the higher time frames, a lot of the times you will see a rejection. What does that mean? Well, let's try and see if we can find an example. Let's go on the higher time frame. Now. Jesus Christmas, I have a lot of things. Okay. So, what can we see now? Well, we can see that in the past, this was an order block. And we've rejected many, many times. This order block, not rejecting. But you'll see, like, this is a prime example of an order block, right? Around here. You could even call it, like, here. Now, if you see that order block, we come all the way. Oh, God, this is going to be far. We come all the way over here. What do you see? We tap it, reject immediately almost. Now, these are just things to keep in your mind because you have to obviously higher time frame the whole entire power, but it's just key levels to know what the fuck is this. Is this real? Is this actually how price closed on Friday? Are you joking? What? Ew. Okay, so now let's just mark out some examples because they're really not that useful anymore, okay? They're good to know though. Okay. Move up, close the sweep. What's the move? Probably right here, to be honest. That's the order block. Right here, right there. This is an order block. Cause the move down. Probably just call it this. This is the order block you could wait to get tapped into. You have one right here, here, here. Like, see, queen sweep. Queen sweep. Queen move down. Order block. We reject. We tap into a gap. Could have just taken it here. Entered. You also could have waited for the C, but that didn't get filled. So that's pretty much going to wrap this video up. Now, what I do want to say, though, before that, is like, oh, why didn't you dive more into it? Well, the reason I didn't dive more into it is I barely even use them anymore. So I'm not going to teach something I barely use because the method is you just have to know it. You're not really going to use it anymore. But what you will use is the things I will show in the other videos. Rejection blocks especially. So with that said, that was day 20. Peace.